Hello again everybody, welcome back to LilyLuLou, or welcome if it's your first time visiting. My name's Karen, I'm the Junk Journal Geek, and I'm here today to start work on my next design team project for Sunny Creates. This kit, I'm so excited to start working with this. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's called Golden Opulence, and I will leave all the information on how you can get hold of this for yourself if you would like to in the description box below. So I'm going to give you a quick flip through. First, I've been pulling out stuff to start working with. I thought I'd show you what I've pulled out, and we might make a start on getting some pages together. We'll see how we go. So there are 8 main pages, which are these first ones. I've printed on the backs of these pages. I've just pulled some colours out of the kit and printed the backs of the pages so that they're not just plain white. This is printed on Navigator copy paper. I just love this kit. It's just stunning. As I say, I've been itching to start playing with this ever since Anthony showed it to me. So there's 8, as I say, there's 8 main pages, and then there are 8 background pages as well. And I'm going to make this a normal, for me, journal, so it'll be the full size. I did try to print this borderless, but I don't know if I've knocked something in the move or what I've done, but my printer is not printing borderless even when I ask it to. So I've just gone through and trimmed the edges off. But obviously, because it was double-sided, the edges don't quite match up, so I'm going to need to give some of those a bit of attention. So they're all the main pages, and then we have 10 pages of ephemera that I've printed onto I think it was 200 GSM card, which is fine, you know, for the journal cards and the tags, but maybe for some of these pockets it might be a bit too stiff, you know, the envelopes and things might be a bit too stiff for folding. So we'll see how we go. See how we get on with these. And as you can see, I haven't cut the ephemera out yet. Because sometimes I don't use the ephemera as it has been designed to be used. I sometimes do different things. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all these bits and pieces yet. Although I have printed a couple of pages, that's the end of the kit. But then I've printed these 2 pages twice because, you know, I've got ideas of what I'd like to do with these things. I want to make some pockets and things on the pages with those. So then I've got all that. I'm obviously going to find some more papers, but then I just went through bits and pieces that were on my desk. I've got all the book pages that live on my desk, some calico or linen I should say, just, you know, bits and pieces. And then I've pulled out some gold trims and ribbons. I've got some black and white paper there. I've got these fairly neutral, that one I won't use, but these bits and pieces that I showed you the other day, that goes with that one, so that won't be used. I'll probably decorate these up and use them possibly. And then I've got this lovely fabric that I've been saving to use as a cover. Sorry if I'm hitting the camera, I can't fit the whole thing on screen, but I thought that would, originally I had in mind, I wanted to find some black velvet and some gold netting or lace of some sort to make the cover out of, but then I remembered I had this and I thought, I think that will be perfect for the cover. So that's the plan at the moment, but you know, when you start working on these things, the plans evolve, don't they? So things may change. I've also got some wine labels here, and there's some goldy coloured ones in there, so I might pull those out. I've still got this that I haven't opened yet. This was a Christmas present from my daughters, if you haven't been here before. There's some, I can see there's a tassel in there that might work, and some laces, so I'm going to have a rummage through there and see what I might like to use. So first things first, I'm going to start putting together the bones of my signature, or signatures. As I say, obviously I'm going to find some more papers, but generally when I make my full-size journals, I do 4 signatures. So I'm just going to pop these into 4 piles, and try to make sure, you know, I've evened out the types of papers that I've got. So then background pages, and because there were 8 main pages and 8 pages of ephemera, that's quite nice for, I don't want those 2 together. Let's have a look what we've got here. Got some that are a bit samey here, but I can probably rearrange that once I'm actually putting my papers together. So we've got 4 little bundles so far, and if you're new to journal making, you might be interested to see how different people put their pages together. So if you are an old hand and I'm boring you, I apologise, but not everyone has the same experience, do they? So this, I think I'm going to use as the cover for this signature. And I think this, because this is the page I want to add the pockets on. Just wondering if I want that in the middle. Don't think I do. So you can see here on this one, you can see some white edges, so I still need to tidy this up. This one I think will be my middle of this signature, and then this one is what's left. So that's my middle. So you can see I've folded them alternately. So we've got, you know, the fancy page on the outside and then the plain page on the inside, and so forth as we go through. And as I say, there will be more pages in these, so they're not all going to be next to each other the way they are at the moment. I'm going to swap one of these round because they're both the same sort of page in different colours. So I'm going to I think I'll swap that one for that one. So then again, I think we'll have this one as the cover for this signature. This one will go in the middle. And then these other 2 will just go one way and one the other. Oops. I hope I've not put them upside down now. And that one, and that one. And then what have we got here? one will be my cover. I don't know if there are any NCIS fans watching, but this umbrella makes me think of Abby on NCIS, because she often carries a black lacy parasol. So that's my middle. Oops, that one, and that one, that one, and then last one. Again, I want this as my cover. So each signature has a nice fancy first page to look at when you open the book. And then this one is a nice writing one again for the middle. And then we'll have one this way. And one that way. Wanted that black page. I might swap. See, this is what happens when you start putting them together. Oh no, it's not going to work anyway because I've still got other things to do, haven't I? Ignore me, I'm talking to myself. Right, so we have 4 signatures started. And what I'm going to do, I want to edge all of these pages with gold, but I'll do that off camera because you don't want to sit here watching me edge pages. I'm going to find a gold pen and add some gold to some of these florally pages, and then the extra pages that I printed, what I want to do here is, you've seen me do this before, I'm going to do hidden pockets. So this page, I'm going to do I want to fussy cut, or shall I just, I might just cut them as they are and stick them on as they are and see how they look. Oops. I seem to get this lined up in the right place. Oh my goodness me. I don't know if it's me not lining this up properly, or if my blade is getting a bit blunt. Oopsie. Really not doing very well here, am I? Maybe I should get my actual craft knife out. Oh, I'm putting my head down and mumbling again. I hope you could hear what I was saying. Not that it was very interesting, but... Oh, I definitely think it must be me not lining this up properly. I obviously need to go in further than I think I do. Right. I'm just deciding whether... Let's cut one of these off. Let's try and get it straight. Sorry, I'm faffing, aren't I? Because I know if I try and... I was thinking about fussy cutting these and using them as pockets, but I'm thinking as you put things in and out, that might get damaged. So what I'm thinking of doing is cutting out 2 of these to use as pockets, and then I will cover the other bits with lace. So let's do maybe the 2 middle ones. I'm just trying to think of the best way to do this. I can always print this out again if it goes wrong, can't I? I just can't tell if that's straight or not because it's off of the edge of my board. And but if I try and do it sideways, I'm not sure that I will manage it. Let's have a bash and see. So I'm going to cut that up a little bit higher than I'm going to need it. I hope my head's not under the camera, so that I can do a little fold over at the top. So we'll save that piece for something. And then here, move this up a bit. I'm trying to get it on a straight line so that I can make sure as far as possible that I have got this lined up straight. I don't think that's particularly straight, but it's going to have to do. And then one down here. And this one I'm going to save. Right, now I think I might need to score this. I'm trying to avoid stopping and starting the camera. Where is my bone folder? Can I do this? Can we do it? Yes, we can. Who remembers that? Bob the Builder. Little throwback to my girls' youth there. They used to love Bob the Builder. I had 3 girls, but they all loved Bob the Builder. The middle one in particular loved Bob the Builder. The eldest and youngest would have, you know, pretty pink dollies and stuff. And my middle one wanted Bob the Builder and Thomas the Tank Engine, although she did love pretty pink as well. Angelina Ballerina and Sheep. Hello Anya, if you're watching. Right, so that's given me a nice edge there, so that when we pop things in and out of this pocket, it's protected. I hope you can, well, it will make sense in a minute. I should have explained properly what I was doing first, shouldn't I? And I haven't asked you how you all are today. How rude of me. How are you? I hope you're all well and happy. Right, so where's the page that we wanted to use this on? I think it was in this one, wasn't it? So let's take that out of there to work on. And I think that's this one. And what we want to do is to line this up so that when you glance at the page, it's not obvious that there's a pocket there. That's the plan. So now I need some glue. And first of all, I should have a glue page. Let's use this. I'm still not very organised. Well, let's face it, whenever am I organised? But since moving, I'm still not sort of comfortable where I've got things and where I need things to be and where things actually are, if I'm honest. Right, I'm going to glue this around 3 sides. And then I'm going to pop this where it needs to be. I'd say I've got to line it up so that it's in the right place, so that all these lines up here, as far as possible, the lines meet up top and bottom. I did print all these papers the same size, so hopefully this should work. It's not, oh, I think that's a bit better. That's slightly better. It's, you know, never going to be 100% accurate, but I want it close enough that at first glance you can't see that pocket. So that if there's nothing in there, it just looks like a plain page, but then when we've got things in there, it is actually a pocket. So then we need to do the other one, do exactly the same again. So let's make sure, yep, that's that one. So it's going to be, the 2 middle ones are going to be pockets. Just wondering, maybe I should have done, excuse me, this hasn't got quite such a neat cut. Yeah, we'll do our original plan, we'll do the 2 middle ones. So let's fold the top edge over again. Put that one out the way. I think I'm going to need a new cutting board soon. What am I doing? Turn it around the right way, Karen, and then you know what you're doing. Otherwise you'll end up folding the wrong bit. It would be a disaster. A disaster, darling. Right. So you can see, literally, it's just like 1/4 of an inch, if that I'm folding over at the top edge, literally just to give that top edge where we're going to put things in and out of the pocket, you know, make it a little bit more robust. I don't feel like that's gone straight. That should be okay. Oh, suddenly very warm. I just closed the windows because there's a lot of tractors working today and it's school holidays, so there's people, parents and children out walking dogs and things. Not that this, I mean, I'm saying that as if I live on a very busy road. I live on a country lane now. It's on the whole very quiet, but because it's quiet, when there is a little bit of noise, it does carry. So I shut the windows to try and keep it quiet in here. And now I'm really warm. Right, so that's that one. And then that, just making sure I've got it up the right way. That is going to go there. Let's try and line up these bottom bits. Oh, that's definitely not very straight, is it? I don't know if you can see that on camera, but where I folded that, it's very wonky. So we're going to have to try and rescue that. I might need to how best to do that. Let's have a think. Let's have a think. Because when that's on the page, it's going to be very obvious that that is wonky. I can't unstick it because I'm going to rip the paper. I'm trying to avoid printing the page again, but I might have to. Is it very obvious? Let's see. It's very obvious to me. And actually, now I'm looking at it, I think it might be the one above that's wonky, but I think I might be able to get away with it. Once there's things in the pockets, hopefully it'll be... Oh, I'm not doing very well on my glue here. Yeah, once there's things in the pockets, hopefully that will disguise it a bit. So again, let's try and match this up where it should be. Does that look right? Got a bit too much glue on there. I knew I was having an issue with the glue there. Sorry if I'm sticking my head under the camera. I'm trying to get right on top of this to make sure it's lined up properly. Right. So I'm going to leave that to dry for a moment before I try and fold it. Where's my pin for my glue? So we'll leave that like that to dry where it's going to live. And then I was going to do something similar with these pieces, but again, that is going to be in the same signature, so I don't want that. So I need to take that out of that signature because we don't want the same sort of elements all in one signature. You know, we want to vary them a little bit, don't we? So just choosing a page to swap that one with in one of the other signatures. Oh, I seem to have that one twice. Ah, that's a different page. Right, okay. Karen, forget that. Right, it's not that page. It's this page. Jolly good. It's in a different signature, so that's okay. So again, let's take this out. And this is going to need to be fussy cut. I'm just thinking of the best way to do this. I think I will cut it out. Oh, that's a bit... Oh, we could do a side tuck, couldn't we? Sorry, I'm just thinking aloud. Right. What I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to cut this in half. Where's my... Let's see if I can find my knife. Bear with me a moment. This is a knife. I don't know if it's sharp. This is the trouble when you haven't worked with everything for so long. Right. First of all, let's cut this off. Or cut this in half. And I'm not going to leave that because I'm going to fold it over. Right, so what I'm thinking, let's try and fold this straight this time. There's not much room there. I definitely need this side folded because that's going to be my tuck space. So I'm just deciding what I want to do. Sorry, I know I've gone quiet. I was thinking of popping this on here, and this would be a tuck here. But now I'm thinking of actually cutting into the page. No, I don't think I should do that. I think I will spoil it if I try and do that. So let's fold this bit down here. And then, yeah, I think I will fold each side because it will make it a little bit three-dimensional. So let's realise that bit doesn't need to be quite as big as that. So let's get rid of that. And then let's cut these corners off so that it folds neatly. And then that is that way. We fold all these in. Stick all those down. Then we can pop that on there. And have a pocket here. But I do need to straighten these edges up because they are folded wonky. So let's try and do this one first because this is going to be my tucking edge. And if I can get that one straight on that fold, yep, and hopefully I can use that to sort the rest of my folds out. Right, so good. I do need my, bear with me, I'm going to get my scoreboard. I said that very confidently, didn't I? I'm going to get my scoreboard. Famous last words. Right, I want to try and straighten these edges up a bit. I don't know where my score tool is. Although, I thought I saw that when I was doing something the other day. And I can't remember where I saw it. So we'll have to just use the bone folder. So let's get that in position there, and will it go in? Oh, my bone folder is too thick. Bear with me. I'm back again. I'm so sorry about this. I did warn you the other day that these videos were going to end up being a bit iffy, didn't I? Because I don't know where anything is yet. Right, so that should now be straight there, she says. So let's have a fold here. Straighten that edge up. So I should have just done this in the first place. It would have been so much easier, wouldn't it? You know what they say? More haste, less speed. And then this one can just go in a bit here and we can trim some of that off. Right. Okie dokie, let's see how that's looking now. Hopefully that will look a bit better on the page. Okay, right, let's sort these bits out then. We don't need quite as much of all of this. Can't get my words out today. Right, straighten that and that. Let's redo these corner bits. I'm going to glue stick these edges down. I don't know why I used glitter glue before. Right, use that one, Karen. I'm just wondering actually, making sure I've got that page up the right way. I'm sure that's the right way. Right, so again, we're going, shall we have a tuck or a pocket? Oh dear, I've got glue over that now. Yeah, I think we'll have a pocket going from there. So we'll glue it on the three sides. And let's try to get it in the right place. Line this up first. Literally need to move this millimetre by millimetre to try and get it right. There we go. Now you see, I want to get my gold pen out and do a bit of zhuzhing around here, and instinctively I'm going to open my drawer and there's my pen, but of course I can't do that. My pen's not there because I don't know where my pens are. I haven't unpacked them yet, I don't think. So then I was thinking about doing the same on this side, but doing an up tuck and a pocket, but I'm wondering if that might be too much. So I'm going to leave that for the time being and have a think about it. And I think I will leave that there for today because I feel like I need a cup of tea, and I'm definitely wonky in that corner, but it's stuck now, so we're going with it. So I hope that wasn't too painful to watch. That's going to go in there. So that will be the middle page of that signature. And then this one, we should be able to fold this now, I think. So let's just very carefully fold it back where it was. And that went in here, if I remember correctly. So we'll have, we'll have to put a bit more glue on there. We'll have a pocket there and a pocket there. Maybe I should have done them as belly bands. And then we'll go through, and we've got a pocket there and a pocket there. So I will love you and leave you now. I will go away and put some more glue on that pocket and put it under something heavy. Where's the other one we've just done? And then in the back signature, well, it's the back at the moment. It's probably not going to stay there. We have bling, 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 ta-da, a pocket here. So thank you for bearing with me as I struggled through with that. I hope you found something interesting there. Take care, look after yourselves, enjoy your own crafty time until we meet again. Bye-bye.